everyone, here's a question on linear equation. The question is solve 3 times x minus 1 equals to 2x minus 11 and check the result. So here they are asking two things here. First we have to solve this equation, get the value of x, and then we have to check the result. I'll explain you what does this check the result means once we get the x value. So let's write the equation. We have 3 times x minus 1 equals to 2x minus 11. Let's solve the left side. We have a bracket here. Inside the bracket we have x minus 1. This we cannot solve because one is variable, one is a constant. We cannot subtract variable and constant. We have to subtract. This should be either constant like a number, or it should be for like terms. So here we don't have either variables like a same like terms or the constant, so we cannot subtract. So how to solve this? You can see that we have a 3 outside the bracket. Now this is 3 times, like you're multiplying 3 by the numbers inside this bracket. Whenever you don't see any sign here between 3 and the bracket, that means multiplication. So for multiplication we don't put sign there. Like in this case you have a 2x, right? What does 2x means? It is 2 times x. But you ignore this operation, multiplication operation. You write it as 2x. It's understood that it's 2 times x. Similarly, when you don't see any operation between the bracket and the number or a term, it could be variable or it could be anything here, then it's a multiplication. Now how to solve this? You have to use distributive property. What is distributive property? You have to multiply each term inside the bracket by a term or the number or variable, whatever is outside the bracket. Here we have 3. This 3 will get multiplied with each term inside the bracket. So let's multiply. 3 times x is 3x. 3 times 1 is 3, but here we have negative sign, put negative sign. Now 3 times 1 is 3 equals to 2x minus 11. On right side we cannot solve because again we have variable and constant, we cannot subtract. Now once we got this, the next step is bring all the variables to one side and constant to the other side. Now it depends on you where you want to bring, either left side of the equation or right side. What I'll do is, I'll bring all the variables to the left side. Now if you observe, I already have a 3x here, so let me keep it that in the left side, that is LHS. Now I want to bring this 2x to the left side. So there are two methods to do it. One is a balance method and one is a transpose method. So it depends on you which method you're following. If you have learned the balance method, so what is balance method? Whatever you're doing, you have to do it on both the sides. Here I want to eliminate 2x from the right side. Now 2x is a positive, right? To eliminate this from the right side, I have to subtract 2x, that is minus 2x. So you will subtract both the side by minus 2x. In that way, you will get this 2x eliminated, and that is balance method. So whichever method you want to follow, follow that. Here I am using a transpose method. In transpose method, you will transfer the terms or the constants. So here I have a 2x. I want to transfer that to the left side. So when you use transpose method, the sign will change when you are doing the shifting. The plus will change to minus and minus will change to plus. So 2x is a positive. When it goes to the other side, it will become negative. It will be minus 2x equals to, on the right side, I have a constant minus 11. So let me write that first. And now I want to bring this minus 3 to the right side. Minus will change to plus. I get plus 3. Now you can see all the variables are on the left side and constant on the right side. Now we have to solve this. So here it's 3x minus 2x. Whenever you have a variable and you can see they are like term, we can subtract it. We have only one variable which is x, so we can subtract it. When you're subtracting, you have to subtract the numerical coefficient. That is 3 minus 2, which is 1. You can write 1x or you can just write x. So I get x equals to And here we are adding integer of opposite sign. 11 is negative, 3 is positive. When you are adding integers of opposite sign like a minus plus or a plus minus, where one number is negative, one is positive, then you actually subtract them. So this rule is applicable when you're doing addition. Remember, when doing addition and you're adding a integers of opposite sign, you will actually not add them, but you will subtract them. And the sign will depend on the number which is greater. So first subtract 11 minus 3. What do you get when you subtract 11 and 3? You get 8. Write 8. Now look at the number. Which one is greater? 11 is greater and it is negative. So you get minus 8. So this rule, remember, whenever you're adding a integers of opposite sign, you will subtract the numbers. You will not add, you will subtract, and sign will depend on number which is greater. And if you're adding integers of same sign, like if both the integers are negative or both the integers are positive, then you will add the numbers and the sign will be the sign of a number which is bigger. But here you can see both are negative and here both are positive, so you will get the same sign. You can apply this rule of number which is bigger, but when the signs are same, that is both are either negative or both numbers are positive, you will get the same sign. So this rule, if you remember, you can also do the subtraction. Okay, so we got the x value which is minus 8. Now let's look at the other part. We have to check the result. What does this mean? Check the result means you have to substitute the x value and verify it. You have to check if LHS and RHS is same or not. This is like a verification. You have to verify it. So let's check the result. We'll take the LHS, that is left hand side of the equation. What we have? We have 3 times x minus 1. Substitute the value. So 3 times minus 8 minus 1. Now here we are subtracting integers. Now you have to apply the same rule as you have learned for the addition. Now remember, there are different rules. I have seen the students following different method to subtract numbers or add numbers. Whichever way is comfortable for you, go for that. I feel this is easy and most of the school follows this rule, therefore I am going with this one. When you are subtracting integers, this is very important, the first term will remain same. Here I have minus 8, it will remain same. And instead of subtracting, I will add the additive inverse of second number. Now what is second number? It is 1. 1 is positive. Its additive inverse will be minus 1. So if you don't know what is additive inverse, just remember for now, it's the same number with opposite sign. Here I have a 1, 1 is positive, its additive inverse will be minus 1. If you have a negative number here, like minus 1, here we don't have minus 1, okay, let's take minus 5. If we have a minus 5, then its additive inverse will be 5. It's the same number with opposite sign. Now you can see that from subtraction, we got addition. This is same as adding the additive inverse of second number. Now you have to apply this rule which I just explained for the addition. Now you are adding two integers of same sign. Same sign means you will always add number. So 8 plus 1 is 9 and the sign will be of a number which is greater. Here both are negative. So you don't actually look for the number which is greater because both are negative. You get the same sign which is minus. So if you want to look for the number which is greater, 8 is greater, it's negative. So you get minus here. Now multiply. 3 times 9 is 27 and here we have a negative sign, only one negative sign. So you get minus 27. That is your LHS. Now if you don't know what is the rule for the multiplication of integers, what you have to do is, for multiplication case, you just multiply the numbers and count how many negative numbers are there. We have only 1. Now 1 is the odd number. If you have a negative numbers or negative sign odd number of times, then your final answer will be negative. You just multiply the numbers and put negative sign. That's it. And if you have a negative sign even number of times, then your final answer will be positive. You have to just multiply the numbers and it will be positive. You don't have to put any sign there. That you just remember. Here I have only one negative sign, one is odd number, therefore you have to put negative sign. This is a rule for the multiplication, also for the division. Now let's take the RHS part. In RHS I have 2x minus 11. Substitute the x value, it is 2 times minus 8 minus 11. So multiply, 2 times 8 is 16. Here there is only one negative sign, so I'll get minus 11. Now we're subtracting here integers. So when you're subtracting integers, what is the rule? The first number will remain same, which is minus 16. Instead of subtracting, I will add the additive inverse of second number. Second number is 11, which is positive. Its additive inverse will be minus 11. So you can see that from subtraction we came to addition. This is same as adding additive inverse is same as subtracting these two numbers. We're just rearranging it. That's it. Now we have to use a rule for the addition you just learned. So if you remember this part, then your subtraction will also become easy. Now we're adding integers of same sign. See, negative, negative. So when same sign means you have to add the numbers. 16 plus 11 is 27, and sign will be of a number which is greater. But here both are negative, so obviously the answer will also be negative. So it will be minus. So you can see that 16 is negative, it is negative, you get minus 27. Now you can see that LHS is minus 27, RHS is also minus 27. So this means it's verified. The x value what you obtained here is correct. That's it. I hope this question is clear. In case you have any question on linear equation or any doubt, just drop a comment. I'll try to make a video on it, or I'll try to explain in the comment section. Don't forget to like and subscribe.